Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you noticed how flooding in big cities seems to be getting worse every year? It's a scary thought, right? Well, scientists have been tracking this, and according to satellite data from the last 30 years, the average sea level is rising by about 3.4 millimeters annually. But for some coastal cities, the problem is far more urgent. They're sinking, and in many cases, they're sinking much faster than the sea is rising. Today, we're diving into a report from Nature Sustainability that's analyzed 48 cities around the world. We're going to count down the top 5 fastest sinking cities, and you might be surprised to see a major Vietnamese city ranking at number 2. So, stick around to find out which one it is. First, let's quickly mention the cities that just missed the top 5. Ranking from 10th to 6th, we have Manila in the Philippines, Lagos in Nigeria, Houston in the United States, Istanbul in Turkey, and Ahmedabad in India. These cities are sinking at an average rate of 2 to 5 millimeters per year. Now, let's get into the top 5. Coming in at number 5 is Jakarta, the sprawling capital of Indonesia. Home to over 11 million people, Jakarta is sinking at an average rate of 5 millimeters per year. However, some parts of the city are subsiding by a staggering 26 millimeters annually. What's the main culprit? Over-extraction of groundwater. With such a massive population, the demand for clean water is immense. This has led to the digging of thousands of illegal wells, effectively draining the underground aquifers that support the city. Imagine the ground beneath Jakarta is like a giant sponge that's been completely squeezed dry. According to the New York Times, a shocking 40% of the city is already below sea level, making floods a regular, devastating occurrence. The situation is so dire that Indonesia is planning to move its entire capital from Jakarta to a new location in East Kalimantan province. At number 4, we have Yangon, Myanmar's largest city. While its average sinking rate is a seemingly modest 4 millimeters per year, certain areas are plummeting at 31 millimeters a year. That is nearly 10 times the rate of global sea level rise. Even though Myanmar moved its official capital inland over 2 decades ago, Yangon remains the country's undisputed economic and commercial heart. All the major banks, corporations, international offices, and the main international airport are still concentrated there. Similar to Jakarta, the primary causes are the over-extraction of groundwater combined with the immense pressure from rapid urban development. Adding to the risk, Myanmar sits on a geological fault line, which means the land subsidence could increase the danger of powerful earthquakes in the future. In third place is Chittagong, the largest port city in Bangladesh. Located on the vulnerable Bengal Delta, Chittagong shares a fate common to the region. The city is sinking at an average of 12 millimeters per year, with the most affected areas hitting an alarming 37 millimeters. The immense pressure from a dense and growing population makes the city incredibly susceptible to damage from floods and storm surges, which are becoming more frequent and intense. And now, for the second fastest sinking city in the world, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. This might be a shock for many of you. Ho Chi Minh City's subsidence is a critical issue. The city was originally built on the soft, marshy floodplain of several rivers. This means that, apart from the higher ground in the northwest, the city's foundation is naturally weak. For decades, a combination of factors has made this much worse. Massive groundwater pumping, along with the sheer weight of relentless construction, has accelerated the sinking. Many new urban areas have been built directly on former floodplains and low-lying land. This not only destroys natural reservoirs that would absorb rainwater, but also puts more pressure on the weak ground. The weight of countless high-rise buildings and extensive road networks literally pushes the city down. Between 2014 and 2020, the entire city sank by an average of 16 millimeters per year, with some spots subsiding by an incredible 43 millimeters annually. Fortunately, the city's public water supply system has improved, which will hopefully reduce the reliance on private groundwater wells. However, if this subsidence isn't brought under control, many low-lying areas of this vibrant metropolis could be permanently below sea level within just a few decades. Even if they don't sink completely, life for millions will become incredibly difficult every time there's a heavy downpour. So, which city is sinking the fastest? At number 1, we have Tianjin, one of China's most important port cities. Tianjin is subsiding at an average rate of 6 millimeters per year, but like the others, it has extreme points sinking as fast as 43 millimeters annually. According to reports, land subsidence in Tianjin was first recorded way back in the 1920s and became particularly severe in the 1930s. By the 1960s, some parts of the city had already sunk by more than a meter. The intense urbanization that swept across China in the late 20th and early 21st centuries has made the problem much worse. Just like in Ho Chi Minh City, the primary drivers are the massive weight of bridges, skyscrapers, and other infrastructure built on soft, compressible soil. It's a sobering look at the challenges these major urban centers are facing. An interesting point to consider is how we rank them. While Tianjin had the highest peak sinking rate, if we look at the average rate across the entire city, Ho Chi Minh City's 16 millimeters per year is actually the highest among all the cities we've discussed today. This widespread, rapid sinking presents an enormous challenge. This isn't just about statistics. It's about the homes, livelihoods, and futures of millions of people. So, what do you think? What are the potential solutions for cities like Ho Chi Minh City, Jakarta, and Tianjin? Can engineering save them, or do we need to rethink how we build our cities entirely? I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas, so please drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We really appreciate your support. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.